Husband reveals wife's cheating to her dad, ends marriage and disappears. A tale of betrayal, revenge, and redemption. The sharp chill of early winter gripped the air as the night settled in, blanketing the small town in an eerie quiet. Tyler sat behind the wheel of his car, parked just outside the home of his father-in-law, Alan. His palms were sweaty, his heart pounding in his chest as he thought about the choice he was about to make. This was a decision that would forever alter his life, and yet he knew deep down it was the only option left for him. For the past 6 months, Tyler had been living a lie. His marriage to Megan, a woman he had loved since college, had slowly but surely unraveled. The signs had been small at first: late nights at work, evasive answers when he asked about her day, and the distant look in her eyes that Tyler had once chalked up to stress. But something was different this time. His instincts told him that the bond they had shared was slowly fading, and there was nothing he could do to fix it. When Tyler discovered the truth, it hit him like a freight train. Megan had been cheating on him. The affair wasn't a one-time mistake. No, it had been going on for nearly a year. Tyler had uncovered the evidence when he stumbled upon a series of text messages hidden deep within Megan's phone. As his eyes scanned the words between her and her lover, he could feel the ground beneath him tremble. His hands shook as he read through the messages. "I can't wait to see you tonight. Tyler will never know." His mind went numb. The world around him started to spin as everything he had believed in, his wife, his future, collapsed in an instant. But there was one thing Tyler knew for certain. He couldn't face Megan alone. He couldn't confront her without help, and that's when the idea hit him. He would go to Alan. Alan, Megan's father, was a man Tyler respected deeply. He had always treated him like a son. If anyone could help him navigate the heartbreak and humiliation he was feeling, it was Alan. But even more than that, Tyler knew that Megan respected her father more than anyone else. If Alan knew the truth, there would be no place left for Megan to hide. It was a decision that would change everything. Tyler spent the entire afternoon wrestling with his emotions. Part of him wanted to confront Megan, to yell, to let her know how deeply she had hurt him. But another part of him wanted closure, and he knew that Alan could give him that. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Tyler gathered his thoughts and walked up to Alan's front door, unsure of what to expect. Alan opened the door, his graying hair disheveled, but his eyes still sharp. When he saw Tyler standing there, a look of concern crossed his face. "Tyler, what's going on?" Alan asked, his voice filled with worry. Tyler hesitated for a moment, gathering his courage. He had to say it, and there was no easy way to do so. "Alan, I need to talk to you. It's about Megan. I found out something, and I don't know how to say this." Tyler's voice cracked, betraying the anguish he felt inside. Alan's expression hardened. "What is it, son?" Tyler swallowed hard. The words felt like lead in his mouth. "Megan's been seeing someone else. She's been cheating on me." The silence that followed was deafening. Alan stood frozen in place, his face paling as the weight of Tyler's words sank in. For a moment Tyler wondered if Alan had even heard him. But then the older man spoke, his voice filled with a quiet rage. "Who?" Alan's eyes narrowed and Tyler could see the anger burning behind them. "I don't know exactly yet," Tyler replied, his mind racing. "But I've seen the texts, the messages. It's been going on for months." Alan's jaw clenched as he ran a hand through his hair, clearly struggling to process the information. Tyler could feel the tension in the room, the unspoken words hanging in the air. Finally, Alan spoke again, his voice steady but full of fury. "You should have come to me sooner, Tyler," he said, his tone cold. "I would have helped you." Tyler nodded slowly. "I didn't know what to do, but now I need to make it stop." Alan's expression softened, but his eyes remained filled with disappointment. "You need to end it. You need to leave her, Tyler. She doesn't deserve you." Tyler nodded again, feeling an overwhelming sense of sadness. He had never imagined his marriage would come to this. He had never imagined that Megan, the woman he had once trusted with his heart, could betray him so completely. But he knew Alan was right. There was no coming back from this. He had to let her go. The next day, Tyler packed his things and moved out of the house he had shared with Megan. He left behind the life they had built together, the dreams they had once shared. Megan tried to call, to text, to beg him to come back, but Tyler remained silent. He couldn't bring himself to face her, not after everything that had happened. When Megan arrived home later that evening to find the house empty, she was shocked and confused. She immediately tried to reach Tyler, but there was no answer. She didn't understand. Why had he left? What had she done wrong? As she sifted through the remnants of their life together, she found a single letter, carefully placed on the kitchen counter. It was from Tyler. "Megan, I don't know where you went wrong, but I can't stay in a marriage built on lies. I loved you, and I trusted you, but now I have to walk away. I can't forgive what you've done, and I need to find peace. I hope someday you can understand why I had to leave. Goodbye." Megan's hands trembled as she read the words, the weight of her actions crashing down on her like a tidal wave. She felt sick to her stomach, realizing the enormity of what she had lost. But even more so, she knew she had betrayed Tyler, the one person who had loved her unconditionally. She had no idea where things had gone wrong, but she knew it was too late to fix them now. Days turned into weeks, and Tyler disappeared from Megan's life. He moved to another city, far away from the pain and the heartbreak. He found a small apartment and with time began to rebuild his life. He threw himself into his work and tried to focus on healing. But despite everything, a small part of him still mourned the loss of the woman he had once loved. He had to let her go, but it was not without a deep sense of sorrow. Megan, on the other hand, was left to pick up the pieces of her life. She had lost the man who had been her rock, the man who had stood by her through thick and thin. She was consumed with guilt and regret, knowing that her actions had irreparably damaged her marriage. She tried reaching out to her father for comfort, but Alan, still furious with her betrayal, refused to speak to her. It was as though she had been cut off from everything that once mattered to her. Months passed, and Megan's world continued to crumble. She moved out of their house and into a small apartment, trying to rebuild her life, but nothing felt the same. The guilt weighed heavily on her heart, and every day she thought about Tyler, about what she had lost and what could have been. The more she tried to distract herself from the pain, the more she realized that her actions had destroyed the one thing that had truly mattered to her. Then, one fateful day, Megan received a letter from Tyler. It was brief, but it carried a weight of finality. It read, "Megan, I hope you're finding your way. I've moved on. I'm happy now and I wish you the best. Please take care of yourself." Megan read the letter over and over again, tears streaming down her face. She had hoped, at some point, for forgiveness, for redemption. But now, she realized, it was too late. Tyler had found peace, and she was left with nothing but the ruins of her own making. And so, the story ends. Tyler, in his new life, found the happiness and peace he had longed for, while Megan, forever haunted by the choices she had made, struggled to rebuild her life. The lesson was clear. Betrayal, once given, is not so easily forgotten. And sometimes the path to redemption is a long and painful road. For more captivating and real-life stories, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for your support.